friends, I'm Jennifer Scott and welcome back to my channel, J Scott Beauty. Today is day 3, the final day of Fall Face Week. Today I'm doing a neutral face with a bold lip. If you want to see how I accomplish this look, then stay tuned. All right, let's get started. So the basis for me for having kind of like that all natural look where there's only like one statement happening on your face is to kind of let everything else be neutral. So today I already have my base on, so I have my concealer, foundation, primer, all that. I have a little bit of powder, I did my brows, but now we're gonna focus on my contour, bronzing, cheek color, keeping the eyes neutral. Lashes are still gonna be big. Don't, get twisted on that. I will never let my lashes be, left out of the picture. And then we're doing a bold lip. I just think that a natural face, all shades of beiges, browns, creams with a bold lip is such a beautiful and timeless look. And for me, I'm a pasty girl, and so I don't get to wear, or I should say, I just don't wear bold lips that often, but this is the look where I can do it. And actually today I'm between these two NARS pencils. There's the colors right there. I have a feeling I'm going to go for this one, but we'll see. I bought this back in the summer thinking this was going to be a great fall color, and I think I've only worn it once, and I want to wear it again because it's so pretty. So today's look is kind of about this lip pencil. I mean, why not? Like I said, my face is got its whole base going right now. I'm going to go in with my Chanel cream bronzer, which I love so much. Look at this. Oh, that's how much I love it. I'm going to be needing a new one soon. So bronze up on my beauty blender, pull my hair back, and I'm going to just bronze up the perimeter of my face because, well, I took away all the splotchy color that I have, my natural pinks and sunspot browns, but I'm going to put back some warmth into the skin and give me a little bit of shape. I'm not going to do a lot of contour today, just enough that it's giving my face some shape and definition, but I'm not going to be changing my features, like you normally would with contour. So let's just warm up here. Oh, this is just one of my favorite products. And I know it is super expensive. It's over $50, which is so annoying, but it works. So I'm okay with that in theory. I've had this probably, it hasn't been a year yet. Who knows, maybe 9 months, but I'm so happy with how it performs that it's a holy grail item for me. And I don't use it every single time, although I do use it a lot, especially now that I have the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer, but I found that they're a good duo. Because I put this cream down, and then to set it with powder, I go over it with the Charlotte Tilbury, and I think they work really nicely together. Under the tip of my nose, I'm going to do just a little bit alongside my nose. Now I am going to use a little more bronzer than I normally do, just because I'm not going with my normal big pink cheeks. I'm probably going to use just the tiniest amount of pink right on the apples, but I want my face to be neutral. So I'm kind of emphasizing the features and warming up the face, not so much adding, different colors to it. Okay, so my Chanel Soleil de Tan is all over my face, and now I'm going to set it with the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Bronzer in the shade 2 Medium Golden. Now, I'm not a medium golden girl, obviously. And for a while, I was kind of questioning the shades or the terms of the shades that Charlotte Tilbury uses. But then I started thinking about it. She's British and she's super pasty. So honestly, anything above her skin complexion is golden bronze, and well, that might be me. Okay, the bronze is pretty much set. Now I'm gonna go what might be considered a little bit out of order, but I don't care. All we need to do is blend. I'm going into the Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow, and I'm gonna use the bronze. And I'm actually using this bronze because I find it to be a cool bronze. It has like gray undertones, so that makes great shadows, so it's great for contouring. So I am going to carve out my cheeks a little bit. I'm not going crazy here, but I am going just, I have a natural hollow here, and I'm going just above it and adding a little bit of this bronze. Using this nice flat brush here helps me place a contour, whether it is a cream or a powder, in just the right spot, giving me a nice kind of harsh line. I want that. And I am going to do just a little bit on the sides of my nose. There, that's all we need to do. Now I need to blend, and I'm going to use the same brush that I used for my bronzer. And I'm actually going to just take it and go in upward motions to blend the bronze contour into my other contours. And now I've given myself some cheekbones. Now, to emphasize the cheekbones and kind of make sure that they don't look muddy, that there's really like almost like a line of demarcation to, you know, chisel, if you can chisel this face, I'm going to put powder, and I'm going to use my Hourglass Veil powder. Now this has a little bit of a sheen to it, so I like it in certain areas of my face. I don't normally use it all over my face, and I'm going to go just under where I contoured, and I'm going to bring the powder all the way down. And I'm going to let it bake. So I'm just going to let it sit there while I'm doing my other makeup so that my face will warm it up, and then I'll brush away any of the excess. Sirens. I'm also going to take a little of the powder down the center of my nose. I know, you think I look crazy. While that's warming up on my face, I'm going to prime my eyes. Primed. Well, as everyone knows by now, these are my two favorite neutral palettes, so these are the ones I'm going to be going in with. For my first shade, I'm going to go in with Aura in the matte shade from the Toddy Beauty palette. I just want to lay down a little base. Base accomplished. Then I'm going to go in with this shade on the end here for all over the lid. One of the reasons I love this look so much is because it is super easy. It is like go out the door quick and easy. So I'm using this camel shade all over my lower lid and onto my upper lid. It's blending into that Aura shade. Now I could leave it just like that, throw a little liner in my lash line and be done with it, but I do want to define the crease just a little bit with a shade that's just gonna kind of, you know, show the shadow, emphasize the shape of my eye. I'm gonna go in with this middle shade on the end of the row right here, putting it on a flat brush. I'm only using a little bit, and I'm going a little higher in the crease than I normally would. I'm going just on the orbital bone. Now I have it where I want it, and I'm going to blend it out. same on this side. Just adding it right on that orbital bone. Putting it right where I want it. And now I'm going to blend it out. So all this lid space below that is lighter, I'm actually going to lighten that up a little bit. I'm going to go in with a vanilla shade down here to just define that area, make it look like I have more lid space than I really do. It's not really a cut crease because I'm not going to all that trouble, but I am trying to make it look like I have a little more lid space than I really do. And brightening that up with this lighter shade will help. Now I'm going to go back into this shade here and go under the lash line. And I'm going to bring it up almost like I'm connecting it to this shadow area here. Now I'm not actually connecting it, but it's close enough. And I'm just making it a little deeper on the outside than I did on the inside. And now I'm going to go into Memory in the matte shade and line my eyes. And I'm just pressing this right into the lash line, but I'm not going all the way to the corner because I'm going to make just the little babiest of wings. I really don't want to do a winged liner because even though I want the eyes to be subtle, a wing can make it too dramatic. So I'm just doing a slight wing, which will just kind of upturn my eyes a little bit. Do you see that? That is like the slightest, and I'm actually going to blend that, so it's really not a wing. I love the black from this palette. What's great about it is it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer to your upper lid. It's such a great black. Black is a really hard shade. I mean, you'd think it would be so easy, but it's a really hard shade to get it right. Now listen, for your face, you do you. I mean, if you want to go in with like a gel liner or an ink liner, do it. Whatever works best for you. But for me at this stage of the game, a sharp, severe winged liner isn't very flattering anymore. I did it for a few years, like in my mid-20s. I loved it. I loved how it looked, but my face was a little different then. So now that things have changed, so does my makeup. Now I'm going to take my smudger brush and just smudge some of it, especially that little winged area, because I don't need it to be sharp and pointy. I just need it to make my eyes not look droopy. Now I sometimes also do this with a dark brown, which I love that too. Today I just gravitated to the black. I also didn't take it all the way into my inner corner because for me, my eyes do get a little teary and I wouldn't want that to, run, smudge, smear. That's the worst because that's a whole mess to try and fix, and I don't want to do that. All right, I think today I'm going to use my Maybelline The Falsies. I have so many mascaras to choose from, but this is what I'm gravitating to today. Oh, I freaking love this mascara. Oh, it's so good. I mean, really, I look bald over here. This is just dramatic. Oh my God. And because I have that little baby wing, I like to make sure that these very corner lashes are kind of pulled like out and down a little bit, because that also helps emphasize, the shape of my eye. Okay, lashes are done. Let's wipe away all this extra powder. There we go, and that helped define my, contours. And of course, I'm not going to forget to highlight my inner corners, so I'm going to use my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze palette, and I'm going to use that in my inner corners and on my brow bone, because my whole face right now is pretty matte, and I, can do with a little bit of sparkle here and there. So right on the brow bone and in my inner corners. There we go, a little bit of shine. Now, because I do need a little bit of cheek color, I'm gonna go into my Tarte palette here, and I'm gonna start neutral. I think I'm gonna go with this shade right here first. See how I like it? Using it on the tops of my cheekbones. What do I think? When it comes to the cheek color on a face like this, sometimes will wait until after I've done my lipstick to see if I need to balance. And I'm gonna do that this time, because once I get a deep, bright color on my lips, then I'll know what to do with my cheeks. I'm gonna go into my Hourglass Ambient Powder in Ethereal Light and do my finishing powder over top, just so that everything is blended nicely. There we go. Now, one of the things about keeping this face kind of neutral is using the same products over and over again for different areas. And so I'm definitely going to go back into my Charlotte Tilbury Film Star Bronze and Glow palette to do the highlighting on my cheeks, because keeping this look cohesive and not busy with lots of different colors is really what I'm going for. So tell me, are you digging this so far, or is it boring you? Are you like, ugh, her face is just beige? What do you think? I'm going to use this here Essence Lip Liner. When you're using bright, dark, deep colors, you definitely need a liner because you want to keep the colors from migrating. So this is our little border. And I'm just going to feather the color in a little bit. And now the reason for this whole look is my NARS pencil in the shade Promiscuous. Yep, this shade makes me so happy. This is such like fall winter vibes for me. Oh, I'm totally digging it. But as you can see, I do need some cheek color because it's very stark against my pale skin. So I do need to just pink up my face a little bit. I am going to go in with a little more powder bronzer just to make sure my face is warm. I don't want to be, ghostly. there we go, warmth. I'm gonna go with a little bit of this pink shade here from my Makeup Forever, just, I think, on the apples of my cheeks, just for, yeah, a little bit of pick-me-up on my cheeks. I think that's all I need. What do you think? We know I can't help myself, and I do like to keep going and going, but I need to stop. And of course, up into my forehead and around the temples. And on my chin and tip of the nose. And there you have it. This is how I love to do a neutral face with a bold lip. God, I think it's so pretty. I think it's so classic and timeless. I really love it. So for me, it's all important, you know, keeping my eyes very neutral, but still having a highlighter like up on the brow bone and in the inner corner so that there is a little bit of a pop. Having my eyes lined with, you know, a dark shadow of some sort, because that also, you know, gives some attention to details, kind of highlights my big lash that I love to do. But then also staying neutral with using 2 different bronzers, a little bit of contouring on my cheeks, and then using the powder to, you know, kind of define and really make that a sharp line. I think all those things are important, well, at least on my face. I don't know. Tell me, what do you think? Would you do this look? Do you think this is something that you could do? I mean, for me, this is something that I could do for an everyday look in the winter, but it certainly easily, you know, takes you into nighttime. And you don't even have to use this color lip. You could use any other color. I have one here that is darker. That would be really pretty. Super pretty. And then I have that Patrick Ta one that I recently purchased, which is like a brighter red. Oh my God, look at how gorgeous that would be on this face too. You can do almost any kind of lip with this face. For me, I can't do a pale lip with this face. It's just too much. If you did want to stay with a lighter lip, you could go in with a pigmented gloss like this one here from Marc Jacobs. It has a nice amount of pink, but it's very glossy. So you could do something like that. But for me, if I'm going to go to this trouble of, you know, making sure I have a very neutral face, you better believe something's going to stand out, and it's probably going to be my lips. Well, I hope you like this video. You could definitely pull off this look with the products you have. You don't have to have the ones that I have. I mean, everyone has neutral palettes at home. It's just finding the shades that go great to make a neutral face for you. As always, I will list the products down below and their links if you are interested in purchasing them for yourself. And of course, I'm so happy you are here with me today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. I upload 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 12:15. Thank you so much for being with me. Mwah.